Aliens are creatures scientists have been itching to study for decades. Despite reports about these unique beings, scientists have not been able to decode enough information to confirm if they truly exist. This was what we were led to believe until recent information revealed that NASA has not only encountered these advanced civilizations, but are also hiding them from the public. Now, some of the documents used by NASA to hide their undercover activity have finally been leaked, and among them are proof that aliens exist. Join us as we explore 15 leaked NASA documents that prove aliens exist. Number 15. Gimbal Video. This video is one of the 3 videos leaked from the United States military archives. The footage shows an alien spacecraft discovered by military personnel in a jet. The discovery was made using an infrared camera to detect the alien-like spacecraft as it flew over the East Coast. In this clip, you would hear the people in the jet reacting to the sight of this weird-looking object.
That's not LNS though, is it? It's not. That is LNS, dude. Well, if there's like another thing.
At first, the pilots thought it could have been some kind of drone, but they noticed the winds at the time were not friendly and this strange object didn't look like it was affected by the strong wind. It was also seen to have moved strangely compared to how a regular aircraft operates. The people who recorded this clip commented that the object appeared to rotate as it moved around in the sky, even with the heavy winds it was up against. There isn't much activity for the first 20 seconds of the video, but slowly into the 23rd second, a strange object was noticed. A little bump in the camera occurred and the object rotated in a counterclockwise manner. The little bump rotated 2 more times. While it did its longest rotation, one of the pilots in the plane spotted the object, saying, "Look at that thing, it's rotating." The pilots that recorded this footage were surprised to see this object, as one of the personnel was happy to make this discovery while the other guy noted details about what they just saw. The object continued to rotate until it slowed down to a near stop. If this was a random person that shot this footage, it might not have held the entire public's attention. But as the military discovered this strange object, they saw it was completely different from their previous reports and sightings. Number 14. Mars Photos. When NASA dropped images of Mars, American author Richard C. Hoagland had some theories about alien life existing on the red planet. He also said that the space agency knows about these alien civilizations living on Mars, but they keep it a secret from the public. The Viking orbiter captured these Mars photos in 1976, and some of the photos appear to have certain structures, showing that there is truly life existing on the red planet. A particular image that must have given Richard confidence to back up his claims was a structure among the photos that looked like the Sphinx. This is why people believe that structures like that had been constructed by aliens living on the planet. When NASA released clearer photos in 1998, debunking the theories that had circulated with the photos, Richard showed a 1960 report which suggested that any discoveries on alien life should be kept a secret from the general public, so that the general evolution of our universe would not be disrupted. This report was commissioned by NASA, so it's certainly an authentic source. Number 13. Go Fast Footage. Go Fast footage is one of the videos released alongside the first video discussed. This footage is also one of the best videos that showed an alien spacecraft, as the video began rolling before the camera could lock its view on the object. As you watch the clip, you will see that the object was moving quickly, hence why the document was named Go Fast. The object was incredibly fast in the clip. Its speed couldn't be compared to any likely object made or invented here on Earth. Scientists operating the camera struggled to get a hold of the object as it sped across the waters. The camera eventually captured the object with a mixed feeling of excitement and shock as they wondered what that object was. This footage was rumored to have been an upcoming aircraft produced by the military, but it turned out to be more confusing as the military themselves have no idea what this super-fast object is. Number 12. Objects seen flying near the Sun. This footage came from a NASA livestream picturing the Sun 2012 and was cut off after some suspicious activity was detected. This video broke the internet, and speculations came that those objects seen in the livestream could have been alien spacecrafts. The strange footage was posted by a YouTuber, and the footage showed a weird-looking object flying towards the Sun in the broadcast. Captured by a telescopic camera on board NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory SOHO, The object was described to have looked like a metallic-built spaceship with a gigantic extension. Number 11. Mysterious Black Cube. This is another mysterious sighting in space that was seen through NASA's live stream before the space agency cut off the live stream from its viewers. You would notice an object floating right beside the sun in the video. This cube stayed there for a few seconds before the live stream suddenly went down. This incident took place earlier this year in May, and the footage's release brought several responses, speculations about this strange black cube. Self-proclaimed alien expert Scott C. Waring commented on this event in his UFO sighting website, saying he saw the black cube emerging from the sun. Immediately after the object shown in the footage, a huge black screen suddenly covered up 25% of the whole viewing area, which means the National Aeronautic and Space Administration was trying to hide the cube from the live stream's view. Also, this has not been the first time cubes like that have been sighted near the sun. The reports about this mysterious black cube were debunked by Bernhard Fleck, SOHO project scientist and mission manager. He explained that the black square shows due to a corrupted telemetry block. This means the mysterious black cube is just a glitch coming from the footage and not any mysterious alien craft as we thought. Number 10. Black Knight Satellite. The Black Knight satellite has been part of alien conspiracy theories for a long time. It is a strange black object that was seen orbiting the Earth in 1998. The satellite was first captured in 1998 as it made its first space shuttle mission to the International Space Station. Looking back at the satellite origin, it was said to be over 12,000 years old. The same satellite was catalogued as space debris, but we feel that it was placed by the aliens to observe us. There are several stories about the Black Knight. Its pioneer story begins with Nikola Tesla. Tesla noted that he received radio signals from space in the year 1899. Nikola Tesla was running his 1899 radio experiments in Colorado Springs. He named them Martians, believing that they were trying to communicate with mankind with numbers, since they feel it is a universal language. In February 1901, Tesla recalled his experience in a Coiler article. The changes I noted were taking place periodically and with such a clear suggestion of number and order that they were not traceable to any cause then known to me. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I've been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. A few years later, in 1972, the theory about the Black Knight resurfaced again when civil engineer and radio operator Jürgen Hels saw a weirdly expert wave to his radio signals. As he transmitted from his house in Oslo, the signals were returned to him a few moments later. This made Hels pick this as an alien phenomenon. Number 9. Buzz Aldrin. During NASA's first spaceflight, Buzz Aldrin was one of the scientists who graced their presence on the moon. Their journey to the moon also involved a side attraction of UFO sightings. The team is reported to have seen large objects floating alongside them. They confirmed if the rocket's upper part had already been detached, but the rocket's upper part was 6,000 miles away from their current position. When they landed on the moon, Aldrin sighted a couple of large objects following each other, making the lineup seem like a parking lot. When they got back to Earth, Aldrin and his teammates were certain that they had just experienced aliens, and a lie detector test was done to confirm. This lie detector test was performed by the Institute of Bioacoustic Biology and Sound Health. The result of the test was that Aldrin and the other astronauts were completely convinced about their encounter in space with the aliens. Recently, there were videos of Aldrin denying these claims, explaining that the alien sights he claimed to be true were nothing more than 4 panels that had separated from the spacecraft flight. The claim said that the audio recordings used for the test were decades old, not the interviews done in their present time. Now that Aldrin has denied this claim, there is a top-secret test that still plays Aldrin's actual voice, confirming the claims that he and his team encountered aliens out on that night. Number 8. UFO spotted on Navy ship. This footage was captured by a fighter jet circling the Mediterranean Sea about to land on aircraft carrier USS Ford. The footage goes all smooth till the aircraft lands on the carrier and sped past a weird object on the ship. Parked on the aircraft's side is a triangular-shaped aircraft that looks like it came right from Star Trek. It does not have any similarity with the fighter jet that landed past it, along with other aircraft made by mankind. This video brought so much attention that even governments from other countries accused the United States government of collaborating with UFOs. As we know, several types of UFOs have been sighted, from the diamond-shaped UFO to the circular UFO and triangular UFOs. As a result, the triangular UFO is why the video got into a frenzy, gathering several comments and engagements. Number 7. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Early this year, the National Aeronautic and Space Administration made an announcement that they were going to be investigating flying objects. This shocked UFO enthusiasts and alien researchers, as they never expected this news from the space agency after all these years of covering up stories of alien sightings. This announcement was the beginning of studying unidentified aerial phenomenon. These are strange sightings and weird phenomena seen on Earth's atmosphere. However, a UAP report was leaked saying that a couple of confirmed unidentified objects seem to exhibit and operate with advanced technology that humankind has not invented yet. The lead scientist overseeing the unidentified aerial phenomenon study said that NASA has been forced to handle some weird mystery cases in the past decades. The study will focus on getting available data, the best way to collect future data, and how NASA can transform that data to enhance the scientific understanding of the unidentified aerial phenomena. Number 6. Reports of UFOs. The Request for a Freedom of Information Act exposed 1,500 pages of sightings and reports about UFOs to be leaked to the public. This huge file contained all the information of people who had reported any incident of seeing aliens and UFOs. The pages also contained information about the people who reported these sightings and were physically affected in the process. Some of the reports had situations like burns, which are likely to have been caused by a UFO's jet. This was evidence that they truly just encountered a weird incident. Number 5. FLIR video footage. This is the third video of the UFO sightings captured by the US military. The 3 videos were also released alongside the UFO reports file that were released under the Freedom of Information Act. The FLIR footage was taken in 2004 when the USS Nimitz was flying across the coast of Southern California. Before the video was made, reports of an unidentified aircraft hovering in the skies had been reported. This unidentified aircraft had been noticed for almost a week before the military took the video. The pilot spotted an unusually large oval-shaped object, white in color and approximately 40 feet long. All 4 people on the USS Nimitz saw the odd-looking aircraft for 5 minutes, but the video of the leaked footage spans roughly over 1 minute. The USS Nimitz tracked the alien spacecraft through the use of an advanced infrared camera. Because of the alien object's shape, the personnel named it Tic Tac. Number 4. The Kecksburg Files. The Kecksburg Files contain a mysterious incident that happened in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. On December 9, 1965, a giant fireball was seen from 6 different locations in the United States. Then, people residing in the village of Kecksburg reported a crash noise, with vibrations and signs of blue smoking coming from the woods. That same day, there was news of hot metal debris seen across Michigan and northern Ohio. The Pittsburgh metropolitan area also recorded reports of sonic booms going off, and all these symptoms were attributed to this fireball. Almost immediately, the military arrived at the crash site to seal off the area, and also left with a massive metallic acorn-shaped object with strange hieroglyphics on it on the back of a lorry. This object was hauled to the Air Force Base in Ohio and was said to have been the size of a bus. When questions about this mysterious crashed object came up, the information passed by the Pentagon was that the object was a meteorite and said no more details about the alleged meteorite. The Kecksburg file was reopened in 2003 and NASA claimed the object was not a satellite. By 2005, the space agency came out again and said the object was a satellite. With these different answers and opinions about the crash incident, it is clear that the National Aeronautics and Space Administration is hiding something from the public. However, NASA's cover-ups did not do enough justice to keep the crash incident forgotten. The research was done and residents were asked questions about the events. More people became interested in the truth about what crashed in the woods. Some residents who were eyewitnesses of the 1965 crash recalled that plainclothes officials with menacing looks came to visit their homes, threatening people not to give an account of what they saw to anyone. To expose the details behind the Kecksburg files, a Freedom of Information Act was started so as to open the Kecksburg files again. The Freedom of Information Act was approved by the court despite several attempts by NASA to sweep the court case under the carpet. This caused the Kecksburg files to be reopened again in 2007, but the space agency claimed that most vital parts of the files had been lost, thereby limiting them from decoding the information completely. Number 3. Alien objects spotted in 1960 mission photos. The alien object was spotted in a mission photo that took place over 60 years ago. Project Mercury was one of NASA's first space explorations. On this mission, one of the Mercury probes was sent out to take pictures of the space environment. One of the photos then showed an object that looked to be a UFO. The photo was found by UFO researcher Scott Waring in an old disk used on the Project Mercury mission. Waring was previously associated with the United States Air Force, and he spoke about how he came along the disk on his UFO blog. He also noted in his blog how the alien spacecraft must have been observing the Mercury capsule. When Waring published this information, several opinions came up saying that it could have been random space junk. However, these dots refused to connect, as NASA had just started to explore space. So how could there have been space debris when Project Mercury was the beginning of NASA's venture into space? Number 2. The Kelvin photo. The Kelvin photo has to be one of the clearest pieces of evidence that shows that aliens really exist. 2 hikers took the photo near Kelvin, Scotland in August 1990. In the photo, a massive vessel was seen flying over the Scottish Highlands while trailed closely by fighter jets. The hikers said the metallic object was about 31 meters long. They kept on watching as the strange object floated in the skies for over 8 minutes with a low hum, while the trailing fighter jets kept trailing from a safe distance. Not long after, the huge object flew straight into the sky at an insane speed, disappearing from the skies. After that encounter, the hikers delivered 6 photos of the object to Scotland's Daily Record newspaper to check out the situation. The media organisation then forwarded them to the British Ministry of Defence. Since then, there have been no published stories about the incredible sighting. The photos also vanished 30 years later when they were recovered by academic journalist Professor David Clarke, an associate of Sheffield Hallam University. Dr. Clarke conducted extensive research about the photo as a former curator for the UFO Files projects at the National Archives. He was able to find the photo by reaching out to previous Royal Air Force press officer Craig Lindsay. Mr. Lindsay had stashed a copy of the original photo of the sighting after connecting with the press and Ministry of Defence when the incident happened in 1990. He then contacted the Daily Record to forward the original envelope, and inside it was one of the original photographs taken at Kelvin. Mr. Lindsay gave the original photo to Dr. Clarke, and it has been stored in Sheffield Hallam's University archives since then. In October 2021, the Scottish Sun reported that files related to the 1990 Kelvin sighting should have been released by the Ministry of Defence. This report was demanded based on the 30-year rule. The 30-year rule proposes that all information is to be released after 30 years, subject to limitations based on damage to state security, foreign policy, or personal privacy. However, the Ministry of Defence has blocked the files for release until 2072. Number 1. NASA files hacked by Gary McKinnon. Gary McKinnon hacked into the National Aeronautic and Space Administration websites during the times of February 2001 to March 2002. While he hacked through NASA's websites, McKinnon came across private files that were not known to the public. One of these files was the Disclosure Project. The Disclosure Project is a book containing about 400 reports from different people about air-related circumstances, from air traffic controllers to those responsible for launching nuclear missiles. The book also contains information about engineered technology observed from captured or destroyed alien crafts. These reports also have credible witnesses, he said. As he went through the websites, he saw information about a building that airbrushes images of UFOs from high-resolution satellite imaging. He also noted that there were high-resolution images kept in their photos files, and these files were grouped into filtered, unfiltered, processed, and unprocessed files. The Briton also commented about his poor internet connection that prevented him from downloading the pictures. However, he was able to see one of the pictures. He recalled the object in the picture as a cigar-shaped silver object that had geodesic spheres on both sides and was probably taken by a satellite looking down at it. There was no information about the object's size, but the object did not look like an object created by mankind. It was at this moment he was disconnected from the space agency's website. McKinnon also had access to NASA's Excel spreadsheets, with one of them titled Non-Terrestrial Officers. The Excel spreadsheet contained names and ranks of personnel in the United States that are not registered anywhere else. He also said the spreadsheet had information about ship-to-ship transfers, but details about these transfers were not mentioned in other places. They were treated as classified information. Let us know what you think of these leaked documents in the comment section below.